Money. Quite a while ago, I went to the bank and I bought 5,500 yen coins. And 2 weeks ago, I made a video all about their history and said I was going to collect them. Well, it's time to do that. I've got the 50 here from the bank and 6 more that I've gotten just from day-to-day activities. So without further ado, let's sort through them. Okay. So while he's sorting through those, I'm going to be talking about the various ways you can separate these coins into categories when you are collecting them. Now, the first thing I want to do is address the elephants in the room that are the commemorative coins. Like a lot of other governments, the Japanese government issues coins to commemorate certain events, and sometimes those coins are 500 yen. And I really don't want to collect them because, one, they're really rare and I don't want to have to deal with tracking them down, at least not at the moment. And two, if I include them in my definition, I can't clickbait that these are the most valuable coins in the world. So those are a no-go. But arguably right now there are 4 different designs of 500 yen coins. The original design was updated 2 times to improve the security and combat counterfeiting. And the 4th design is a special one done for every single prefecture in Japan. So like how the states do the United States coins, there are 47 prefecture coins. So I have no problem splitting that one apart from the other ones. I think that's a very nice set. But how am I going to split up the normal issue ones? Well, I'm going to do it by year, and let me explain why that makes sense. If you ask someone right now, what year is it in Japan, they'll probably say 2023nen, literally the year 2023. But if you look on official documents or coins, it won't say 2023 nen, it will say Reiwa 5 nen, which means the 5th year of Reiwa, which is the name of the current emperor's reign. So, since these were printed over the course of 3 emperors, I can split them up over those 3 emperors' reigns. And, oh, done already? That was fast. Okay, so as Carl said, we'll be splitting these into 4 different categories. And on this desk, you see 4 different piles. So what do we got here? Well, let me show you. Get out of the shot. Okay, let's work our way backwards. This is the Reiwa pile, the current emperor's reign, and there's only 5 years in his reign, but notably year 3 is when they switched over to the new design, so there should be a year 3 bimetallic design and a year 3 old single metal design. Now these, all of these, oh my god, are the Heisei era of coins. This is the 1st decade, 2nd decade, and the 3rd decade. The emperor ruled for 31 years, and as you can see, this is the 31st and final year of the Heisei era. But if we go all the way back to the beginning, we see it stops at 12 nen, number 12 here. Now I'm pretty sure I know why Heisei 12 is the cutoff. Anything earlier than that was the original design of the coin. And if you watched my last video, well, you know why they wanted to get rid of that thing as soon as possible. So it's looking like the original design is going to be by far the hardest ones to find, not only because they're old, but also because they contain some of the lowest mintage numbers in history. Generally speaking, the mint produces anywhere from like 100 million to 400 million 500 yen coins every year, but the second lowest and lowest years are both in Emperor Showa's reign, in which the 3rd to last year only produced 2 million, and his final year, which only lasted a week, got 16 million. Another worry I have is the prefectural coins. I right now have no idea how rare they are. In the US, you get state coins and national park coins all the time, but here, I don't know. However, the silver lining is that these coins are well produced, so it's kind of easy to get your hands on them in comparison to other coins. Like, for example, just by this spread right now, what I got from the bank, the entirety of the 2nd design Heisei coins, except for year 17, I already have. And then for Reiwa, I'm just missing the original year, the non-bimetallic design, and this year. For context, that means I'm missing 2023, 2021, and 2019. That's it. But in order to keep track of which ones I do have and which ones I don't have, if I happen to stumble across a coin in the wild and I want to know if it's new, I'm going to make a spreadsheet.
A spreadsheet?
Come on. Okay, fine. Yes. Yes.
Like,
I'm a nerd. I know. I've embraced it. All right, nerdy as it may be, I have finished the spreadsheet. It doesn't look awesome, but it contains the information that I need in case I want to check if I have a coin or not in the field. So put simply, we have a column here to check if I have it or not. The name of the coin, either the year or the prefecture, the date at which I obtained it, how much I paid for it, hopefully nothing more than 500 yen each, and from where I got it. So you can see in the Heisei, I have a lot of them. I marked down today's date as the date that I started out with. I got all these for 500 yen each, and I'm just marking the source that I got it from as start. Reiwa, you can see I have a few here. I don't have any of the prefecture. I did add the commemorative coins. I don't know when I'm going to actually fill them in, but they're there for when I want it. And handily, I made a little totals tab. So what this does is it automatically counts up the amount of coins that there are and the amount of coins that I have in each of the individual sections, and then it calculates a little fancy percentage of how many I actually have. So this is made using formulas. So if I add, say, another year to Reiwa, it will automatically count it, and it will automatically include that in the percentages and the counts. So right now I'm 24.18% done, which, hey, is a pretty good start. But of course, the next step is to design and 3D print holders for these things so I can actually display them instead of keeping them in a drawer somewhere. Designing them was kind of a pain in the butt, but luckily, I already had a concept from my Pokemon coin holder design that I printed like last year. Basically, the idea is they have these little latches that are slanted inwards that when you push a coin in, they push out of the way and then latch it in place. And given how imprecise 3D printers can be with exact sizes of things, well, it took a few iterations before getting tabs that actually worked properly, but I did it. The first one I printed was the Showa, both because it's chronologically first in the years and there's only 8, so it's a good test one to print. Unfortunately, I did run into a problem. You can see year 63 here has decided that instead of just printing out the characters, it instead drew a line around the characters and then decided to fill them in with plastic anyway. Fortunately, by tweaking a setting that I honestly do not understand, I managed to tell it to actually not fill in the hole that I didn't want to be filled in, so that was cool. And as for the Heisei one's problems, well, roll the clip. Okay, so here's what I wake up to. Filament gone. Indeed, the screen, I promise, is telling me that the filament is gone. But like, I don't know. Looks pretty done to me. Like, the quality of the actual print itself kind of looks comparable to the one I already did, so I don't know. Okay, so supposedly it's just gonna start again. Which, I mean, I guess so. It's seeming good. We'll see if it actually, like, prints well and stuff. I hope it does. But, catch you on the flip side, I guess. Unfortunately, the problem didn't end up actually being solved because the filament promptly wrapped itself around the spool and kind of like choked itself off. So it didn't actually extrude. So you can kind of see the surface it's pretty rugged. But as for the Reiwa, oh, came out beautifully. The only complaint I have is that maybe I accidentally turned one of the dials on the bed levelers so you can kind of like see through the plastic at points, but structurally it's fine, so I don't really care. And now as for the fun part, which is actually like snapping the coins into these bad boys. What was the TikTok thing? This is for my male audience. Here you go. Okay, so after making that ASMR masterpiece, I figured the next best thing to do would be to take all the coins back out, because I don't know about where you live, but it gets super freaking humid in the summer here in Tokyo, and humidity is Command Strip's worst nightmare. So if I'm trying to make these stick and stick forever, I'm trying to do this as correctly as possible. I've already washed this and the wall, and as I stick this to it, I'm leaving out the coins because I want to make sure that there is as little force as possible on these things before it sticks properly. Okay, so now we just have to wait a bit for it to properly adhere, and then we can probably add some weight. Yeah, I think that looks pretty darn good if I do say so myself. I think I'll put the prefecture and the Showa one up while I'm still waiting for the new Deiwa one to print, so yeah! Okay, folks, I think that'll about do it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you would like to see other stuff from me or these coins in the background of, say, a live stream, you can go to my Twitch. It is kind of sad, though, that I didn't get a whole lot of them, especially since I'm not even sure if these things were supposed to be standard circulation or if they were indeed just commemorative. But I think if I ever reach a day where I complete this collection, I might totally redo this stuff. Maybe make it pop. Maybe I'll collect the other commemorative coins. Who knows? But if you want to know what I'll be doing next week, drop me a subscription. And I'll see you next week. Bye.